The qualifying phase and play-off round of the 2014 Euro 15 UEFA Europa League will be played from July 1 to August 28, 2014, to decide 31 of the 48 places in the group stage. All times are CEST. Round and draw dates: all draws are held at UEFA headquarters in Nyon, Switzerland. Matches may also be played on Tuesdays or Wednesdays instead of the regular Thursdays due to scheduling conflicts. Format: in the qualifying phase and play-off round, each tie is played over 2 legs, with each team playing 1 leg at home. The team that scores more goals on aggregate over the 2 legs advances to the next round. If the aggregate score is level, the away goals rule is applied, that is, the team that scores more goals away from home over the 2 legs advances. If away goals are also equal, then 30 minutes of extra time is played, divided into 2 15-minute halves. The away goals rule is again applied after extra time, that is, if there are goals scored during extra time and the aggregate score is still level, the visiting team advances by virtue of more away goals scored. If no goals are scored during extra time, the tie is decided by penalty shootout. In the draws for each round, teams are seeded based on their UEFA club coefficients at the beginning of the season, with the teams divided into seeded and unseeded pots. A seeded team is drawn against an unseeded team, with the order of legs in each tie decided randomly. Due to the limited time between matches, the draws for the second and third qualifying rounds take place before the results of the previous round are known. For these draws, the seeding is carried out under the assumption that the team with the higher coefficient of an undecided tie advances to this round, which means if the team with the lower coefficient is to advance, it simply takes the seeding of its defeated opponent. Prior to the draws, UEFA may form groups in accordance with the principles set by the Club Competitions Committee, but they are purely for convenience of the draw and for ensuring that teams from the same association are not drawn against each other, and do not resemble any real groupings in the sense of the competition. Teams: a total of 170 teams are involved in the qualifying phase and play-off round. The 31 winners of the play-off round advance to the group stage to join the 7 automatic qualifiers and 10 losers of the Champions League play-off round. Below are the participating teams, grouped by their starting rounds. Notes: First qualifying round, seeding: a total of 78 teams play in the first qualifying round. The draw was held on June 23, 2014. Matches: the first legs were played on 1st and 3rd July, and the second legs were played on 8th, 10th and 11th July 2014. Notes: First leg. Second leg. Linfield 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Shakhtar Karagandhi 1-6 Euro 1 on aggregate. Astana 1-6 Euro 1 on aggregate. RMK Split 1-3 Euro 1 on aggregate. 2 Euro 2 on aggregate. Law Section I 1-3 Euro 2 on penalties. Barkinga 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Bidua Nost Pajorica 1-5 Euro 1 on aggregate. Angstrom 1/2 El Jizya 1-1 Euro 0 on aggregate. Crusaders 1-5 Euro 2 on aggregate. 4 Euro 4 on aggregate. Salama Currency E Kharkiv 1 on away goals. Inter Baku 1-6 Euro 3 on aggregate. Ayakarayaki 1-4 Euro 0 on aggregate. Kaikura SHK 1-4 Euro 1 on aggregate. Atlantas 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Now Micron MME Qualdia 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Rosenborg 1-6 Euro 0 on aggregate. Haugesund 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Aberdeen 1-8 Euro 0 on aggregate. 4 Euro 4 on aggregate. Flamatari Vlora 1 on away goals. Zimbru Chai unregistered trademark Ina Florin U 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Bromap Kana 1-3 Euro 2 on aggregate. Tromsø 1-13 Euro 1 on aggregate. IFK Gar Paragraph Taborg 1-2 Euro 0 on aggregate. Spartak Trnava 1-9 Euro 2 on aggregate. Diakubes Jaya 1-6 Euro 2 on aggregate. Kairat 1-1 Euro 0 on aggregate. Derry City 1-9 Euro 0 on aggregate. Strjinen 1-8 Euro 0 on aggregate. Bads won for a €0 on aggregate. MYPA won a €0 on aggregate. Sligo Rovers won for a €0 on aggregate. Copa won 9 a €0 on aggregate. Angstrom Iraqi Bridge won 5 a €0 on aggregate. Botov Plovdiv won 6 a €0 on aggregate. Funkvaros won 3 a €2 on aggregate. Metallurg Skopje won 5 a €0 on aggregate. Dundalk won 5 a €1 on aggregate. FH won 6 a €2 on aggregate. Litex Lovich won 3 a €0 on aggregate. Notes. Second qualifying round, seeding, a total of 80 teams play in the second qualifying round, 41 teams which enter in this round, and the 39 winners of the first qualifying round. The draw was held on June 23, 2014. Notes. Matches, the first legs were played on July 17, and the second legs will be played on 22nd and 24th July 2014. Notes. First leg. Second leg. Notes. Third qualifying round, seeding, a total of 58 teams play in the third qualifying round, 18 teams which enter in this round, and the 40 winners of the second qualifying round. The draw was held on July 18, 2014. Notes. Matches, the first legs will be played on July 31, and the second legs will be played on August 7, 2014. First leg. Second leg. Playoff round, seeding, a total of 62 teams play in the playoff round, 18 teams which enter in this round, the 29 winners of the third qualifying round, and the 15 losers of the Champions League third qualifying round. The draw will be held on August 8, 2014. Matches, the first legs will be played on August 21, and the second legs will be played on August 28, 2014. References. External links, UEFA Europa League.